make off with a feast. Third cold where the trophy should be. He got me in the game now. Breathe down with the game now. With a lane now. My home second with a rain now. Legendary on the field. Kinda drip is a skill. This the highest cruiser bill. Ain't nothing just to heal. Step on, spin move, in zone, go for sideline and touchdown. I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Step on, spin move, in zone, go for sideline and touchdown. I put on a show.
Today, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Detroit Lions taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play, and they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Warner in on the tackle.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup
from the 35 back to work on 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second blitz coming, and down he goes. Julian Okwara coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4.
And it's
they've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
To number 87.
11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Elliott. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He was credited him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down now. It's Elliott. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
3rd down.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the 1st down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Is good. Makes the score Cowboys 3.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he takes this one back to the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Jason Sanders.
Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Gets around him. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. For the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
He was brought down.
You're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and
looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down right.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and...
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. And find Galloway, that's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 26. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's 2nd and 8. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Makes the score Cowboys 10, Lions 3.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He'll go underneath here to Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. On the return is Cohen. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Now second down.
On second down, Swift. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 44. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A quick throw complete into the flat out left. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
To number 80.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one.
This throw caught right around the 6. They got 29 yards that time.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. That's picked up by the Cowboys.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago. And in the second quarter, it's the Bears who are out in front. The Bears trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Next, let's get over to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Miles Boykin, a touchdown reception. finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And things didn't work out for them as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Carson Wentz, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense now with the football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
The 25-yard line.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too. That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
.38-yard line, 2nd and 11. They go to Elliott again. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
He's brought down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this is the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, they just can't get around. In that play, it wound up losing yardage.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The take, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
He was brought down at the 26. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
18 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Over the middle, Cooper with it. The 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Another shot now for this Lions offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 20-yard line.
2nd and 5. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
By Geno Atkins. A 2-yard loss.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll get this off to Swift. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Back to throw now on first down. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a second down and 6. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
At the 43-yard line.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And there is a flag, so a big second down pickup. But will it hold? That's on the former first-rounder Taylor Decker. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw again. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Neville Gallimore, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
And he completes it to Cohen. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Ezekiel Elliott, the ball carrier. He's brought down at the 20-yard line. 1-yard gain.
2nd and 9 now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A gain of 6 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
1-yard line.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. In trouble, and he's taken down. Neville Gallimore picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
3-yard line.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Oh, now it's stripped. He loses the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
To make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to find Gallup here complete. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Sanders' kick is good, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
Lions 3.
And that one will go down in the books books as just a one-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
The Dallas defense, here they come now onto the field. They recovered the fumble last time. 3 turnovers for them in this game. They've been, that word opportunistic comes to mind, right?
Exactly right. And you know guys on defense, they say the turnovers. Offensive guys call them turnovers. We call them takeaways. We go get them. And that's exactly what they've done in this game.
The former DB making sure you know their takeaways on the defense.
Takeaways, man.
A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
At the 31-yard line.
From the gun, here's Swift. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Neville Gallimore able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
It's now 3rd down and...
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. And how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
1st and 10.
Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
The previous play is under review.
First down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. Under pressure, and down he goes. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for Kenny Golladay. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That catch good for only a couple. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And he puts it through. They're within 3. It's 13-10. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And they will take a knee here. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big fourth quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it, in the fourth quarter? They had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them. But they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? You know, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for Dallas, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.